Can we talk about rest nights in the NBA, please?
It's load management, please.
You
know what I mean?
What's an erection?
Oh, this show sucks.
I love that show.
Yeah, I know. Load manager. You're a load manager. That's what she said.
Hey.
I look at the Sixers and the Nets last night, and I am shocked. And I don't know why I'm shocked. It's probably because I don't follow the NBA ever. You know, as they say, we don't watch games.
Yeah.
You know, oh my goodness. My Carmine sold for $287 on eBay. I made $100.
But you got a second pair of Carmines?
Yes, Mrs. Monty won a second pair of Carmines. Jake didn't win Carmines at all, and he's upset. They just sold for $287 on eBay.
There you go.
God bless the world. Anyway, here nor there. The Brooklyn Nets last night are playing the Philadelphia 76ers. In case you didn't know, they are tied at top of the East. So it's a huge game. Home court advantage, all of that. So naturally, the Brooklyn Nets rested Kevin Durant, who's healthy and ready to play. James Harden, who's healthy and ready to play. Blake Griffin, who I don't know what's wrong with him, but
he's old.
As far as I know, he's healthy and ready to play. By the way, he can still dunk. Somebody forgot to tell Detroit that. And they rested LaMarcus Aldridge, who all he's done is rest because he didn't play, and then he got cut, and now he's a Brooklyn Net. And he already, as Stephen A. Smith said yesterday, you already need a vacation day? Like, bro, you've played like 3 games for the Nets, and you need rest?
Yeah.
Load management?
Yeah.
The NBA's got a load management problem. The NBA's got a rest problem because I don't know how to break this to anybody. You're playing 10 fewer games, and this is a national TV game on ESPN that everybody was looking forward to. I set an alarm on my phone to make sure I didn't miss tip-off. And I don't get anybody but Kyrie Irving, who, by the way, has been rest managing. But did you hear why they've been giving him days off for family reasons? Because he's been converting to Islam. So he's needed days off so that he can go through that process. And it's Ramadan, so he is fasting daily. I have no problem with a player choosing religion. I don't.
Uh-huh.
You chose to convert to Islam in the middle of the basketball season? Like that, I don't understand this.
Basketball is not a priority for Kyrie Irving. It's very simple.
Am I the only one? And maybe I am making too much of this. The Brooklyn Nets are a mess. Like I have a hard time believing that there are many other teams who would go about their business this way. Kevin Durant, okay, I can understand. The Achilles is no longer the issue, but he's got a quad hamstring thing they say they're managing. Okay, he's arguably the best player in the world.
But you know what you're getting from Kevin Durant.
Let's be careful with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you know what you're getting out of him.
LaMarcus Aldridge needs a day off already?
Bro.
Blake Griffin needs a day off already?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
James Harden gets another day off already? Again? You were fat. You're in great shape. Why are you taking another day off? This is an epidemic. What if you are Kia? You are Kia. Kia NBA on ESPN and TNT.
Uh-huh.
It's the official car of the NBA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's the biggest game of the week. Nets and Sixers. And 3/4 of your starting lineup does not play?
A motherfucker.
You know.
Him.
How do you explain that to your sponsors? By the way, if you ever wondered if fans mattered, fans don't fucking matter. Like, are you serious that they excuse my French, I try not to curse. Are you serious that fans don't matter?
They don't matter. Who gives a damn?
This is amazing to me.
What fans? What fans in the stands? There's no fans don't matter. Nobody cares. I really think it's quite amazing that the Brooklyn Nets signed a guy in Kyrie Irving, and now we're just letting him dictate to them when he plays and when he doesn't. And the Ramadan thing and the Islam thing, okay, I can respect that, but it's unacceptable to be missing this many games. It's
man.
not good enough.
Yeah, I have no problem with. Hey, listen, you need to follow your spiritual beliefs. I'm all for it, but you converted in the middle of the season.
After you pulled your little prank where you went out and got COVID and were at a party and all that.
In a club, you were at a party, a birthday party in a club. Oh, by the way, anyway, I don't get it. Sean says that's a sketchy reason. I don't think he's telling the Nets the whole story. Don't know. I can respect game, the night guy says, but not personalities. The Nets team is a gang of D-bags. It's starting to look like that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it's not like KD's had nothing going on, obviously.
Well, obviously with his, homophobic slurs with Rappaport and...
I personally would like an apology.
This is amazing to me that here we are, and the Nets are... And by the way, the Nets lost the game.
Yeah. Which they don't really seem to care about.
And this is why I'm telling you this is dangerous. The Nets don't believe that they need home court advantage. And if you are in this league and you're not trying to get home court advantage and you're not doing everything you can do, you're not going to win an NBA championship.
Maybe the Nets and Trevor Lawrence can hang out now,
Maybe, but I'm being serious. Like, it does not seem like the Nets take home court advantage seriously. Like, if you're the coach, if you're Steve Nash, if you're the general manager of this team, what are you going to say to Kyrie Irving right now?
Yeah, at some point you have to take control of it. It really is that simple. At some point that has to happen, And I think that Kyrie Irving clearly believes that he's above any standard and he can just do whatever he wants, and that's not good enough. That's not how it works.
I don't think if you're Steve Nash, I don't think you have any standing to say a single word to Kevin Durant, to Kyrie Irving.
Kevin, but I think these situations are different though. Like the Kevin Durant situation, what he did with the whole Rappaport thing, they've moved on from that. They're past that now. The Kevin Durant missing this game, I wasn't even really that surprised by, because as much as the Achilles isn't an issue, I do think that they are going to baby him into the postseason. And then I think they're going to ride him hard in the postseason. They are going to play him a lot of minutes. And so they're really trying to be conservative right now, which I get. But this whole thing with Kyrie Irving where he's just taking nights off for no reason and he wants to say that it's Ramadan and, it's Islam and this and that, that's just not a good enough reason. That's what I'm saying. It should be, again, not to always reference Kobe, but Kobe talked about it so many times in his career that he's essentially got to be dead not to be playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to play the damn game. It's going to happen one way or the other. And that's what made him great. And now I feel like we got a league full of guys who are soft. I look at LeBron. I'm not saying the guy's soft, but this went from, hey, I'm going to be out 2 weeks to now I'm going to be out like 6-8 weeks because of what exactly? Like, it should have been hey, it was a high ankle sprain. It was a nasty play. Okay, cool. You're going to be out a couple weeks. Totally get it. Come on back. And he just hasn't come back.
Yeah, and I don't know how you fix this. Because, okay, let's say the NBA takes action. Okay, are you fining the Nets? Okay, go ahead and prove that James Harden's not injured. How do you prove that Kevin Durant's not injured?
Yeah.
How do you, it's remarkable to me that the NBA, there's almost nothing they can do.
Yeah.
And that's why I say you got to start hitting teams in the pocketbook. If our sponsors and fans are going to suffer, if our TV partners are going to suffer, you're telling me that you turned on that Nets game? I turned it off. I watched baseball after that.
Yeah.
Frankly. Are you telling me that people aren't turning off the Nets-Sixers game because most of the stars in Brooklyn, outside of Kyrie Irving, who actually for once played, are not playing? I'm not watching that game.
Yeah, it's not compelling.
What's the point?
Yeah.
It just is. This is really damaging to the NBA.
Yeah.
And I don't know that people recognize how damaging this is. I don't know that people understand the ramifications of this. This is what I said about the Masters, and everybody told me I was an idiot. The Masters isn't enough to watch the Masters. The Masters this past weekend had historically low ratings because there are no stars in golf right now.
What's the draw?
And by the way, Matsuyama wins the Masters, and what's the first thing we get? Asian hate. Oh, well, because people don't want to watch Asians play golf. was one. Like, come on, you got to do better than that. But people are not just going to turn on because it's the Nets.
Yeah.
The Nets have not been good enough for long enough.
The NBA is not a team league; it's a player league.
Yes, and if the players aren't playing,
What are we watching?
Yeah, I don't know. Bob says, I'm tired of the prima donnas. Pay them less, and I guarantee you they play. But again, I don't disagree with that, but how are you going to pay them less?
Yeah, that's not the culture in the NBA anymore. That's not really an option.
Yeah, it is really frustrating.
Yeah.
It is really, really frustrating. And then there's Luka Doncic last night, of a guy who plays every single night. Anybody see what he did to Memphis last night? He threw up a one-footed, one-handed three-pointer falling forward at the buzzer to win the game. The Mavs were down 2. Luka Doncic, I don't know how he did it, but he was surrounded by a couple of dudes. He threw it up, and was that even left-handed?
I don't know.
Probably. Was he blindfolded? I think he was. But anyway, the point is, Luka Doncic plays every night and finds a way to win. And his step back, the behind the back dribble step back that he hit.
Are you now a Luka fan?
No, I hate Luka Doncic. I think the diving, the whining, and the complaining, and they lose by 67 points, and it's I have to be better. Let me throw a bottle of water to show my discontent. That's how I feel about Luka.
Yeah.
Why are you a Luka guy?
No, I'm not. I think that it just is. It's
that highlight actually is on TV right now. It's off his left foot with his right hand, and he almost fell down throwing it up, and it went in.
Yeah.
And not only did it go in, it snapped in all wet.
Yeah.
Who do you think he is? Devin Booker?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a cool little shot. I don't particularly find it to be some amazing feat of NBA basketball. I think he did what he could in the moment, and it happened to go in, and it only goes in because he practices constantly.
Okay.
So I don't think it's better than any other game winner we've seen. I think Dame's game winners are far superior to that.
Wow. So you're not a Luka guy at all.
I just don't understand why it's being heralded as some special play.
Guy, it was at the buzzer.
Who gives a damn?
One-handed.
All these other guys are at the buzzer too. Dame is shooting
one-handed,
35-foot shots at the buzzer and knocking them down with a hand in his face. He had a wide open look at the rim.
You're a spectacular basketball player. Legit, I'm not even. You're a really good 3-point shooter. Can you make that shot?
No, I can't make that shot.
You couldn't even attempt that shot.
I could attempt
off of your left foot with your right hand, falling down. It's a great shot. Come on. That's a great shot.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, did you see that your Dubs won last night?
Mm-hmm.
147.
Stephen Curry should be in the MVP conversation.
147.
Yeah.
To 109.
Believe he had 11 threes last night.
Over ASU's Lou Dort and the OKC Thunder.
Had 42 through 3 quarters.
And didn't go back in the game, and he was pissed about it.
Yeah, and Kerr wouldn't let him back in the game, which I get. They were blowing him out.
Yeah?
But I'm just telling you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a guy that I'm big on. I love watching Steph play. I think he's one of the he's definitely one of the top 5 most influential players the game has seen with how he's changed everything. And I think that overall, I truly believe he should be in the MVP conversation, but that probably won't happen.
By the way, are you a buyer on the fact that Nikola Jokic is in his prime and this is as good as it gets?
I mean, I don't. I'd have to look up his age. I don't know how old he is, but yeah. I mean, it's he's playing really well. There's no doubt about that. As good as it gets. I don't know. I think there's always room for improvement from a shooting standpoint. As players age and they get more reps, they tend to become better shooters. So
yeah.
I think that as a big, your athleticism leaves you quicker than a guard or a smaller player. So I think that also plays a role.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Nikola Jokic is going to get a lot better.
Yeah,
I think his footwork can improve dramatically, especially on defense. They won last night, by the way. Michael Porter Jr., 25-10 and 3 blocks.
Yeah, he's coming.
The Nuggets are looking at signing Austin Rivers. Do you like that move? That I don't know. Replacement is a little strong.
It's a good Band-Aid.
But he fills the roster spot certainly that Jamal Murray had.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets were looking for a guy that could shoot, could run the offense a little bit. Austin Rivers has not historically been a guy that's going to be your lead point guard. He's going to be more of a 2 guard, a scoring guard. But for them, I think that it's fine. I think that he can bring the ball up, get you into your offense. He can be the guy that the defense forgets is in the corner, and he can knock that shot down. And I think that is going to be his role.
By the way, I have to find a way. Do you know how to block people on YouTube? Gabe Ledley criticized me. He says, Monty crushes Lawrence for being indifferent to winning, then crushes Luka for wanting to win too bad. But he used T-O-O, too bad, the right way. It's not that I crush Luka for being...
Yeah, when did you say Luka wanted... I don't understand that.
Because he throws these fits when they lose.
Yeah.
And, he sits on the bench. There's a lot of times where they'll lose, and it's usually when they get blown out.
Crying face Luka is a meme consistently.
And it's an act. It to me... Getting blown out in the NBA is part of your existence. That's going to happen in a league that has this much talent.
Yeah.
And it's an act. Throwing things is an act. Crying in public is an act, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Right? Your mom's hot. We get it. What are you crying about? Luca's mom is hot. What I meant to say was Luka is an actor. And I think that he's a great player. But I don't think he's crying Luka face, throwing water bottles because he wants to win more.
Yeah.
I think it's because he wants attention. And he wants to try and deflect some of the crappiness of his game when they lose. So, point not well taken, Gabe. Lopes down. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm just being a jerk. Sean says, is Bobol underappreciated by Denver? I mean, he's coming off the bench and he's contributing. What does Bobol ever turn into?
Oh, he's going to turn into a player. He's extremely young right now. He's at a point in his career where he just needs to lift a lot of weights and grow into that frame.
You even lift.
Yeah, he needs to grow into his frame. But I think we saw him in the bubble a little bit last year. He can shoot the three, can run the break. He can do a lot.
Yeah, 3 minutes, 6 points last night. They won comfortably over the Heat. And the Heat are a good team.
Yeah.
Heat are a good club.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Nuggets are just going to spin out into some irrelevant team. I think they're going to figure out what they need to do.
Jokic is I think still the leader. He had a triple double last night.
Yeah,
I mean, points, rebounds, assists. That's his. I agree with you. Steph belongs in the MVP conversation. I think it's Jokic's to lose right now.
Yeah.
No.
I think that I think that it's it's hard as a big to win an MVP. I think that just is the fact of life if you're big in the NBA. I just think he needs to continue to keep putting up numbers. That's what that's just what he has to do. There can't be a fall off. There can't be a slow point for him. He's just got to continue.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. All right, make sure you give us a thumbs up and a subscribe here on our YouTube channel. If this is your first time here or if you haven't liked this video yet, please go ahead, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not. We are attempting to get to 500 as soon as we can.